Hey everyone, today I've got my The Way Back movie review. A basketball coach struggles with alcoholism all the while trying to make his team winners. So as far as the story goes, Gavin O'Connor directs this movie that feels raw and real, with the main character going through a lot in his life, from losing his son to separating from his wife and becoming an alcoholic. From the first trailer, of course, I was sold on this movie from the get-go. It looked like it was based off of Ben Affleck's life in a way, but seeing Gavin's previous work on movies like Warrior, which is one of my favorite sports movies of all time, and also The Accountant, also starring Ben Affleck, he does a good job at creating a film that wasn't based off of true events, even though it kind of looked that way. And Jennifer Garner, who is Ben Affleck's ex, actually wanted to help get this movie made for Ben Affleck. So I thought, while it's got this redemption story where he learns to not give up on himself, as well as the basketball team he is coaching. I mean, it is such a great story that you really do want to root for right to the very end. As far as the casting goes, you've got Ben Affleck, of course, who probably plays one of his best performances to date. And it is a tour de force that comes off cathartic in a way. I was just really impressed with him in this movie and seeing just how he was going through the motions and trying to not down another bottle of alcohol and still trying to do his job because he's working as this head coach at this Catholic school. And you can see where, sometimes that could be frowned upon in a way, which it kind of was shown in the movie, that, being an alcoholic is a big no-no. I mean, he does it in such a way that it's obviously something that is, deep-rooted in himself. So he obviously knows the struggle, and you really feel that in his performance with his character. And while this is mostly Ben Affleck's movie, there are a couple standouts from the supporting cast of basketball players, and I thought they were all pretty decent as well. Now, the things that I liked about this movie was that I felt engrossed in the story, and it made me feel for the characters and what they were going through, with their struggles to their triumphs. I mean, at times it does come off heartbreaking, and I almost wanted to shed a tear, because I can personally relate to this story, because I know somebody who was struggling with alcohol, and you just see that inner turmoil, and you see someone trying to face their demons on the daily, and it can be pretty bad, especially with family, and you definitely see that here throughout the film. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie, which kind of sucks because I honestly didn't want to hate anything about this movie, but there are some technical things that I found, and it was slightly predictable. And while I feel like I've seen movies like this before, where I kind of feel like I know the direction that it's going to take, and I'm kind of on the fence about how I feel about the way that it ended. Now, if you saw this movie, you know how it ended, so you might have a differing opinion of it from mine, but I just kind of felt a little bit disappointed by the way things sort of got resolved. And even though they focused on a couple of the side characters, I feel like they really didn't go anywhere as far as those plot points went, so I don't know why they even bothered to do that at all. Overall, I would say that this still was a pretty decent movie, and I actually enjoyed watching it. And I'm not too big on watching a lot of sports movies. I mean, I've seen a few that I found to be my favorites outside of, basketball-themed movies, but I would definitely recommend seeing this movie. I think you should see this for Ben Affleck, whether or not you're a fan of his or not. This is definitely a movie to watch. Whether or not you are a sports fan, I think you will still enjoy this movie. So I would give this 4 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of The Way Back. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.